I refuse to let my brother's kids come to my pool party because they nearly drowned my cat last time. My brother Jake texted me last night at 10 p.m. The kids are so excited to show off their new swimsuits at your party tomorrow. I nearly dropped my phone. I never invited his kids. Not after what happened last year. For context, I've hosted an elaborate pool party every summer for the past 5 years. It's my thing. I spent thousands on landscaping, installing tiki torches, and building a swim-up bar. My friends look forward to it all year. Last July, Jake called me whining because his wife was out of town. Please, I haven't relaxed in months. The boys will behave. I promise they're better now. Against my better judgment, I said yes. I mean, how bad could a couple of 8-year-olds be? Nearly homicidal, as it turns out. Within 20 minutes of arriving, they were cannonballing into the shallow end. Jake just lounged on a float and drank, completely oblivious. The first disaster happened when they decided to play Shark Attack and started tackling people in the water. My coworker Linda got a bloody nose when one of them kicked her in the face. Jake barely looked up. Boys will be boys, he shrugged. An hour later, I found them in my pool house dumping laundry detergent into the hot tub. We're making a bubble bath, they announced proudly, as foam erupted everywhere. While I was dealing with the bubble catastrophe, they somehow cornered my cat, Princess, who was sunbathing on the pool deck. They decided she needed to learn how to swim. I heard the shrieking and ran outside to find them holding Princess over the deep end. She was clawing desperately at the air, terrified. When I screamed at them to stop, they got startled and dropped her. Princess plunged into the water. I had to dive in fully clothed to save her. She was underwater for at least 30 seconds, barely conscious when I pulled her out. By evening, Princess was at the emergency vet on oxygen. The bill, $1,200. When I returned home at 11 p.m., exhausted and traumatized, I discovered one of the boys had peed in my pool. Not in the bathroom 10 feet away, in the pool. Jake's response to all this chaos. They got overexcited. You shouldn't have a cat if you're going to have a pool party. I didn't invite children. He invited them. So, this year, I sent crystal clear invitations with adults only written in bold blue lettering at the top. I even called Jake specifically to make sure he understood. He seemed fine with it at the time. Yet, here we were the night before my party, and he'd forgotten that crucial detail. I typed back, sorry Jake, no kids allowed. Remember what happened to Princess last year? She still won't go near water. His response appeared instantly. They were just being kids. Besides, I already bought their swim trunks and told them they're going to Aunt Sarah's pool party. You wouldn't disappoint kids in summer, would you? That's just mean. Actually, I would. And I wasn't about to let emotional manipulation ruin another pool party. Instead of arguing further, I had a better idea. I went to the pet store and rented their display tank with the most aggressive-looking rescue iguana they had. This thing was 4 feet long, had scars all over its body, and a permanent scowl. I set up the tank right by my front gate with a huge sign, Princess's Bodyguard, bites children who come near pools. Then I scattered cat toys around the tank and put up photos of Princess nearly drowning, including one from the vet with her on oxygen. I added another sign. This iguana was trained to protect cats from children. Do not approach. The next afternoon, as my adult guests began arriving, I positioned the iguana tank perfectly, so anyone pulling into my driveway would see it first. At exactly 2:30 p.m., Jake's SUV pulled up. I watched through the window as he parked and started unloading his boys in their Sharkrant swim trunks. Then he spotted the massive iguana, which chose that exact moment to hiss and whip its tail against the glass. The boys started screaming. One of them yelled, "It's a dragon! A cat dragon!" Jake got out to read the signs, his face going from confused to horrified as he saw the photos of Princess at the vet. The iguana lunged at the glass when the kids got closer, and they scrambled back into the car crying. Jake reversed so quickly he clipped my garbage cans in his escape. My phone lit up with a furious text. "You're insane! You got a guard lizard?" I simply replied, "Princess deserves protection. Public pool is open till 8. The party was perfect. No drowning attempts, no emergency vet visits, and not a single child contaminated my pool." The iguana turned out to be the hit of the party. Everyone took photos with Princess's bodyguard. Jake hasn't spoken to me since, but Princess now sunbathes peacefully by the pool again, and I've started volunteering at the reptile rescue on weekends.